What is up, gamers? Welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, I wanted to do a little bit of a different video for you guys here, and I wanted to share some of my thoughts and opinions on the game of Mechabellum. I've been recently having some more issues with the game, and I think what it comes down to is that most of these issues and opinions and critiques that I have are mostly personal preference, I think. And so I figured it would be worth sharing with everyone just to get some of these ideas out there. And if nothing else, then to just say, this is why I will be taking a little bit of a break from Mechabellum. I probably want to take about a week off from Mechabellum to kind of hopefully mellow out and regather my thoughts and hopefully get back to Mechabellum. But I can't put a for sure timeline out there. I'm thinking probably just a week, but maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure. So yeah, I just wanted to put this out there to share some ideas with you guys. And I have nothing against the game itself or the game developers or anybody who enjoys playing the game. I assume most people who play the game will disagree with me, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm assuming I'm probably in the minority of my critiques and opinions on the game right now. But again, that's okay. I figured it would still be worth sharing. Maybe somebody out there agrees, but if not, that's more than okay. So I encourage you guys to let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. If you disagree, feel free to let me know. But I do hope that we can keep the comment section civil on this matter. So anyways, basically, I've played quite a lot of this game over about the last 5 months. I have 500 hours, I believe, more than 500 hours in the game. So I've put a lot of time into playing this game. And for the most part, it's been very fun, very enjoyable. I would say even for sure, like up to like the 300, 400 hour mark, I was still having a complete blast with the game. And so it's only been recently over the last month, maybe even less than that, that I've started to develop some of these opinions. And maybe, part of this is just burnout as well. So I think some of these other things I will talk about will contribute to that, but perhaps it's just burnout as well. So all that to say, let's discuss some of these opinions and issues that and critiques that I have of the game. And keep in mind, none of this is to say that any of my ideas here are right or wrong or anything like that, but it's just a matter of personal preference. And it's also not to say that the game is bad in any way. Again, I think for most people out there, they'll probably say they enjoy the game, and that's a great thing, and more power to them. And I hope the game continues to do what the game and the game developers and the fans, the majority of everybody, wants. So I don't really expect anybody to cater to me personally or anything like that. It is what it is, and I genuinely hope everybody continues to enjoy the game. So the first issue that I have begun to have with the game, the more I play it, is that my personal preference would be to cut back on some of the things in the game that I think cause a bit too much randomness. And that would be the cards after every single round. I personally am not a big fan of the cards after every single round. And I'll even throw in the starters at the start of the game. I think the starters at the start of the game can also play a big difference. I understand that the developers, I think they use statistics to do all of their balancing and everything. And so statistically speaking, the starters, I'm sure, are balanced very well. The cards after every round are balanced very well and everything. But it still provides an element of randomness into the game that I'm just not a personal fan of. Whether it's balanced or not is not really my concern at all. It's just an element of randomness that I personally am not a fan of. And I hope that makes sense, at least. Hopefully I'm explaining that well enough. But again, it doesn't mean that I am right or wrong necessarily. I believe it's just a personal preference thing for myself. And so, uh, especially with the cards after every round, I think I would prefer having the cards after maybe every other round and give that a try and see how that goes. And I think that would take out a lot of the randomness. And for me, that would be a little more enjoyable and fun. Again, I do not expect anything like this to happen. I'm just telling you my opinion and my personal preference and throwing it out there and giving you a bit of my perspective just to hopefully give people a little bit of an understanding of where I'm coming from and whatnot. So, and again, you are more than welcome to disagree. The next issue that I have kind of goes along with the previous one is all of these spells in the game. I'm just not a big fan of the spells in general, and I definitely feel like there are too many spells. There have been plenty of games that I've played where both players have probably like five or more spells on each side. And to me, that just gets a bit too ridiculous. I just enjoy the core gameplay of the units and the techs. And I do like having a little bit of randomness and a little bit of spells to kind of shake things up a little bit. But I think, just much prefer the game to be focused mostly on the units and the text. And so, again, in my personal preference, I think I would prefer about half the spells, or just make the spells about half as common, if that makes sense. Again, just totally my preference, and feel free to disagree, of course. And then finally, probably the biggest thing that recently has just come up, and that I found to be much more frustrating than I ever would have thought it would actually be. So, with the recent update and change, and the addition of the buildings and structures, the walls and the turrets, that ended up being much more frustrating than I thought it would be. I wasn't a big fan of the idea when I first heard about it, but I was willing to give it a try, and I didn't think it would be as big of a deal as some other people seem to think. I remember hearing from quite a few other people that they weren't a fan of the change, and I didn't think it was going to be that big a deal. But after playing with it for a few days, and I know they also reduced the walls, going from 2 to 1, which is a better change. That definitely makes it a little bit better, but I'm still just not a fan of the wall and the turrets. It just slows the game down even more, especially early game, and it just makes aggro playstyle very, very difficult. Now, I'm sure there's probably plenty of ways to learn how to still play aggro through all of this, and make aggro work still, but honestly, I just don't know if I really want to put in the time and effort that I feel I would need to do in order to overcome that. I feel like I put a lot of time and effort already into the game, just learning how to play aggro the way that I was playing aggro before the changes. The game is a very complex game, which is great for giving longevity to the game and everything. So no matter which way you want to play the game, there's still always like room for improvement and everything, and room to learn and grow and get better, which is awesome. But yeah, I still feel like I had a lot more to learn in regards to playing aggro. And now with the addition of the turrets and the walls, I feel like it just completely reset that learning curve for me. And now I feel like I have to relearn the game from scratch again. And I just don't know if I have the energy to do that, to be honest. And so again, not necessarily a bad thing or anything like that at all. And I'm sure for a lot of people, they really enjoy that and like the challenge of having to learn that, and enjoy that process of wanting to learn it all again. But for me, maybe it was just really bad timing, because I felt like I was just starting to get the hang of aggro, and then all of a sudden this change drops and it feels like I have to kind of relearn everything now. And so this also kind of ties into the last thing I wanted to talk about, and that's that the game just feels very slow to me. I enjoyed playing aggro because aggro was kind of the quickest way to play the game. You would either win quickly or lose quickly. And so for me, that's more enjoyable than just always playing these long, dragged out defensive games that end up going, you know, 10, 12, 13 rounds or whatever it might be. I would rather play quicker games and get to the next game if I'm losing, or enjoy a quick win if I'm able to pull it off. And again, that would just be a personal preference of mine. And so I definitely do not think most people are going to agree with that, and that's perfectly fine. So I do want to throw this out there though, because I've seen some other people already throw this idea out there, and that is that I personally would very much enjoy seeing a quicker game mode and a separate game mode queue. I don't know if this is feasible for Mechabellum to do at all. I'm just throwing it out there that I would be interested in seeing that happen if it's possible. I would love to see a quicker game mode, a blitz game mode that some other people have already kind of come up with that idea and kind of thrown that out there. I very much would enjoy that. I think a shortened game mode, maybe with a 45-second timer. I think that would be very fun. I think a lot of people would enjoy that if they were to give it a chance. I know that can seem pretty daunting for a lot of people, especially for newer people too, who aren't quite as familiar with the game and whatnot. But I think a quicker game mode would be pretty fun and enjoyable for a lot of people, and especially for myself. I think that would help alleviate a lot of the issues that I have and that I've mentioned. I think just having a quicker game mode would alleviate a lot of those issues, um, and I think that would definitely pique my interest in this game again. And so, anyways, I'll leave it at that. Thank you all for watching and listening and hearing me out. Feel free to disagree and let me know in the comments below. Again, hopefully we can keep the comment section civil, and there's no need to get angry, hopefully, about anything. These are not things that I'm bringing to the table as being objectively right or wrong or anything. I fully admit that they are purely personal preference. And so I hope the game continues to do well and thrive, and that they continue to do everything for whatever the best interest of the game is, and not to just cater to someone like myself or someone who just has very niche opinion and whatnot. So hopefully the majority continues to rule in the direction that Mechabellum decides to go. So I hope this doesn't offend anybody. I think Mechabellum is a great game, and I do love it, despite the issues that I have with it. But I do need to take a little bit of a break from it and hopefully just come back stronger for it. The Mechabellum developers are definitely very good at their job, and I know they're keeping close eye on everything, on the community, the game itself, and everything. And so they're going to continue, I believe, to do what is best for the game and for the game community. And I just think the game of Mechabellum is going to continue to do well and thrive for the foreseeable future. And I hope someday there might be room to make that separate game mode that might be a bit more appealing to me, and perhaps anybody else who's possibly out there who might have some similar opinions. But if not, that's totally fine as well. And I'll still love this game to some degree and enjoy playing it, and I'll definitely be coming back to it for sure. So in the meantime, I will be trying to stream some other games, probably Overwatch Stadium and maybe Heroes of the Storm as well. So if you have any interest in those games, feel free to stop by my stream and check that out for a little while and hang out with me. I'd appreciate it, but no worries if you have no interest in that. I totally understand. But I do thank you all very, very much for stopping by and watching this and listening to this and hearing me out, and very much appreciate that. And I really hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you again soon in the next one.